Okay, we are on the clock, so let's dive right into this rapid-fire explainer on Wu Zetian. We're talking about the mastermind who pulled off literally the ultimate hostile takeover in China's 3,000-year history. One person completely rewrote the rules of power, so let's look at exactly how she did it.
First off, just consider the absolute, staggering statistical improbability here. Across all of Chinese history, exactly 558 men rose to the title of emperor. 558. But out of all those hundreds of rulers, exactly one woman clawed her way to the absolute top. Just one.
So, how does that happen? Well, at age 14, Wu was just a standard concubine to Emperor Taizong. When he died, the throne passed to his youngest son, Gaozong. Now, while Gaozong's older brothers were totally destroying each other in these massive conspiracies, Wu, she bypassed those rivalries entirely. She just smoothly navigated her way out of the shadows and actually married the new, let's say, easily influenced emperor. And her master plan to eliminate the competition was, quite frankly, ruthless. First, she framed the emperor's highest-ranking wife for the death of her own infant daughter. I mean, wow. Next, she imprisoned her only other rival. So with the board completely cleared, her position was secure. And when Emperor Gaozong later suffered a stroke, Wu suddenly had her perfect excuse to rule the Tang dynasty from the shadows for 23 straight years.
But here's the kicker. When her husband died, her official excuse to rule died right along with him. So what does she do? She turns on her own flesh and blood. She exiled her older sons, she poisoned the rightful crown prince, and when her surviving son finally took the throne, she literally locked him in the palace for 7 years while she ran the country. And then she just fired him for a younger sibling.
Finally, in the year 690, she decided to stop ruling through her kids. She forced that remaining son to yield the throne completely, established her own brand new Zhou dynasty, and officially became China's first and only female emperor. It was honestly an absolute masterpiece of political manipulation.
But, the ultimate irony of her whole story is the crazy contrast between her rise and her fall. Despite this notoriously violent ascent, making all these enemies, murdering relatives, and, eventually being overthrown in her old age, her actual end was remarkably peaceful. There was no assassination, no poison. She simply died a natural death, quietly in her own bed.
So looking at the sheer scale of that 23-year shadow reign and her peaceful end, I'm going to leave you with this rapid-fire question to chew on. Was Wu Zetian simply a ruthless tyrant, or was she just playing the exact same game but remarkably better than the 558 men who came before her?